Okay, everyone, so today I'll be going over the bladed weapons used in Vietnam. By no means necessary, it's just a complete collection. I'd say probably over 100 different knives or bladed weapons were used in the Vietnam War, whether it be from USGI, Usgi, fucking South Korean, or even VC. Now, that can go from the wide range of issued to traded to bought in a PX, bought as a civilian, sent from home. Your father could have used that in World War II, or he could have taken it from I don't know, you could have took it from some villager or some shit. Now, by no means necessary is this anywhere near complete. These are just the most common knives you would see used in Vietnam. Besides, I am missing one that I would say does constitute as a member of this list. That is the M6 bayonet for the M14. It looks relatively the same as the M7. The only difference is it's fit for an M14 versus the M16. Now let's get started in this short list. I mean, believe me, there's lots of knives I'm missing. I also say probably the USGI pocket knife, which I'm trying to get a hand on one of them, because they're all relatively the same up to the 90s, except I just want a 60s dated one because that's kind of important to me. So I am looking for one of those for around 60, 70 bucks. So let's get started on this list, which I feel is complete enough to actually do a video on. Sorry, if you got a pause there for a second, that's me continuing the video because I got interrupted for the 7th time trying to film a video because I get interrupted for the most retarded fucking reasons.
That wasn't retarded. That's a sign from God that you should stop doing these.
You know what? Sophia, go upstairs.
Go fix a bed.
Go fix the bed. Now, starting from left to right is the pilot survival knife. Now, this was given to jet fighter pilots. It's just a pilot survival knife when they, it's on their vest, and I think it was also on the leg holster. But you can also see First Cav carrying these and some Marines. It's a pretty popular knife. It's 5 inches. It's fairly short. It's not too hard to come across. Ontario still makes this knife today. This one in particular is made by, let's see. You can't really tell because the camera's faint. It's barely see it. This is Camelius 1972. I don't think I can even show you. You can kind of see from the camera. It's pretty hard to tell. This is Camelius 1972, but I believe Ontario makes this still. It's still relatively the same knife, still the same sheath as Tanner. Speaking of sheath, this one's kind of beat to shit. I mean, this one has been re-dyed. It looks like someone went on there with some leather polish, and then that was all beat to shit, so someone taped that up. I mean, I bought this thing at a flea market. It was pretty beat to shit. I don't use original sheaths for anything. When it comes to leather, the only original leather I will use is for a 1911 holster because I have so many of them. I don't really feel like buying reproduction. But when it comes to any period correct knives, I do tend to buy leather sheaths. Reproduction sheaths. This one I did beat to shit. I mean, you can obviously see why I would buy a reproduction sheath after how beat to shit this thing is. I got this one on Facebook Marketplace. It started breaking up, so I did end up taping it around. I taped it, but that's what some guys in Nam would have done if they couldn't get access to one immediately. And really, I don't give a fuck if it's taped up. That's just how it is. Still serves the same purpose. I mean, you barely see it when it's taped on a fucking suspender anyways. But if I do end up wearing it around my belt, I do end up wearing this for Women History events. Yeah, it's kind of beat to shit. I'll get a new sheath eventually, but I still have the original knife and the original sheath, which is very important to me. Also on the original sheath, which they still stay true to today, is you can keep a sharpening stone on the inside. Now, for some reason, that sheath did not come with that part. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. I was told to get one of those, but I got one of these, but I spent $7, so fuck it. So it is a very popular knife. It's 5 inches long. It's a leather sheath. Leather. It's stacked leather around the tang, and it's got 2 handguards. It's very small. Does its purpose. It's slitted along the edges here. It's just by far a very nice knife. I like it. It's small enough to fit inside of a boot as well for a normal, practical, daily purpose. I mean, this does fit inside of a boot besides reenacting, so I might slip this inside my boot sometimes. It's very short. It serves the same purpose. Moving on, the most iconic knife of the Vietnam War, which my girlfriend got me for Christmas. I'm fucking stoked to have one.
Hi.
Yes, hi. Is a U.S. Marine Corps Kbar. Now, at the time, these were not technically Kbars. It was modeled after the Kbar design. This one in particular is made by Camelius. A good way to tell if it's Vietnam era is 2 ways. One, if it is reddish brown. I put a flash on so you can tell. Here is it next to a reproduction sheath. See, many people think it is black. So I'll turn off the flash. It'll look black again. It looks black, but when you get a flashlight, it is actually reddish brown. Now, they only did this during Vietnam era and for a little bit in the 70s. Now, they don't make reddish brown Kbars anymore or reddish brown sheaths, so that's why it was extremely important to me that I picked up a reproduction sheath. This one did not fit when I got it. I stretched it out on a bat, because you know a bat does get thicker and thicker as it goes down, like my cock. Wait. Sure, like my cock. I did rub conditioner on it, because it is technically skin. That did help it. So I just rubbed some conditioner on it. I forced the knife in the sheath. And I've been stretching it out for about a week now. And it is starting to fit and be a good feel, because I do not want to use this at any events, whether it be airsofting or just living history. I mean, for display purposes, sure, I will take it to living history events just to lay it out, but I just do not want to use this in particular because it's just so hard to find a reddish brown sheath. So if you're looking for one for your collection and you're not too concerned about a date, make sure it's reddish brown and not black. If you're looking for airsoft, you just want to get something to complete the kit, get a fucking black one. No one really knows the difference anyways. Now, the way to tell if it's Vietnam or not, it's going to say U.S. Camellias, New York. If it doesn't say New York, it is post-1972, I believe. Or 73. So this one is post-1972, which could be considered post-war, but I do consider it Vietnam era because of the color. So for me, I still feel very comfortable using this at any event. I just can't wait to break it in. It is clean. It is new old stock. The thing looks amazing. I can't wait to get started on it. Thank you, Eva, for getting me one for Christmas. It looks fucking amazing. I mean, it is a great knife. It is held up. I mean, people still buy Kbars today. I mean, they've been made since World War II, and it is still one of the most popular knives on the market. Also, if you are planning to get in the Kbar for reenacting, do not get a gay-ass fucking sheath that says U.S. Marine Corps or U.S. Navy or fuck yeah, especially in the Air Force. Don't get one of those gay-ass sheaths with the fucking knives. You don't spend like $200 on one of some fucking shitty army barracks. Just go online, get an original, or get a very high-quality Kbar. It's owned by Cutco right now. You can still buy Kbars today with plain black sheaths. I mean, it's 7 inches long. It is a great fucking knife. I recommend you get one, because if you don't want to spend the money, there's nothing wrong with getting the black one for reenacting or even airsoft. Because you might have to work with a sheath a little bit. Now, next up on the normal knives, I have a bayonet. This is an M16 bayonet. This uses the MA-A1 scabbard. I mean, this is the same kind of scabbard you see with the Mark II fighting knife, which I don't have. It's pretty expensive. Or with the M6 bayonet. I mean, it's a very popular sheath. It's, I don't know what to call it. I want to say it's Bakelite. Hopefully someone in the comments can correct me. And then you have cotton canvas up here. And you do have the option to use 1910 hanger. Or just put it in a web belt. Or a normal belt, normal trouser belt. If you want to put it on a web belt, you do need to take out the buckle and then put the buckle back in. It's very simple if you guys know how to use belts. You're not going to damage anything. It just, honestly, it's just not going to fall out. It'd be harder for it to fall out. Now, for the M7 bayonet. I believe it's 6 inches long. Your flash hider will go through here and it clips in through the bayonet lug on the M16. Very sturdy bayonet. I mean, there is a gap here. And a gap here. I thought that was my bayonet, but all bayonets have that. Funny enough, I mean, they did experiment getting brass knuckle handles for an M7 bayonet. I saw some go on eBay for like $30 like a year ago. I wish I picked them up because really they sell for like $100. I don't know too much about it, but I guess it was a experimental bayonet. Fist in the ass, like fucking like brass knuckles. So it's very interesting. I mean, if you got issued an M16, you got issued an M7 bayonet. Not everyone used them. You know, a lot of times guys would just ditch them and carry a private purchase knife or a knife they acquired or stuff like that. I mean, Army guys loved using Kbars. They would buy them from PXs or trade them from Marines. Navy guys and Marines can buy them from their PX because Marine and Navy kind of fall under the same category, not really. So you can have those, but Navy would also more commonly have the Mark II fighting knives and stuff like that. And there is, I want to say like at least 10 different variants of the Kbar used in Vietnam. There's forums dedicated to Kbars. I'm not too educated in Kbars, but if you want to get more knowledge, there's plenty of forums, whether you can find things on Vietnam reenactors or just websites. Last but not least, we have the machete. Now, I want to include this because it still is technically a blade. Shut the fuck up, babe. This one is actually a modern one. Let me pause this since my girlfriend can't handle asking me a question within the span of 7 fucking minutes. You made me pause my video to go to fucking Home Goods. Where the hell is there a Home Goods?
It's Ellington, I think. Look. To the little cat bed.
You paused me to get a fucking cat bed.
But they're all hanging.
You're gonna get 3. You need more places for them to throw up and shit? God. Now, this is a modern machete. It's still the same thing used. I mean, I found this on Amazon. It is just the USGI machete. Everything's the same on it. And it did not come with a sheath. I had to buy the sheath separately. The sheath is actually post-war. It is a 1991 sheath. It's identically the same thing, minus the fact that there's not. This should be all metal. It should be a bigger metal bracket up here, and that's about it. But if you wanted to MacGyver that shit, you could. It's got the M10 hooks on it and the self-sharpening. I mean, you'd have guys in the jungle with these. I mean, because some guys would have shovels or machetes or even both. I mean, really, if you want to carry it, you can carry it. So this is a good overview of most of the knives used in Vietnam. I'm going to end this before I get interrupted again.
Sorry, it's 10 minutes away.
Then go. Leave.
Okay.
So, that's about it. Please subscribe and try your best not to dislike the video. I understand they're pretty close together. I won't take it personally if you dislike it. And stay tuned. Sorry I haven't done any Vietnam videos in a while.
Like his video.
Yeah, like my video. And then try to subscribe, because when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll probably give something away again. So, peace out, guys.